Berry type.
No, not more like a Tai Tuivasa type. Like not the highest level, but you don't want to cross him in an alley either.
He'd give you a lot of props for that type of acknowledgement.
I didn't mean to interrupt you. Wait, we should want to go back to it?
We're going to go right into it.
Want me to do it?
Yeah.
This is the Schmo, and I'm here with the pro. How are we?
The Ultimate Fighter, Season 33. Here we are, 20 years of this show. We're at Red Rock. We got Chael P Sonnen, the man of the hour. He's one of the main guys coaching this event against DC. Good guy versus bad guy. How we doing, Chael?
20 years of warriors that would rather die than fail, and in 20 years, not one has ever been 1/20th of Chael. They put that at the end. You cut that at the end with the evil laugh. We're out. People are coming back for more. They love us when we're together, Schmo. We get a lot of compliments. I don't know if you read the comment section. They like us together. You took Strickland some weird food one time, by the way. You took him like some pig's feet or something like this after you brought me the pig's feet. Did Strickland eat it? I felt Strickland was a little rude on the food considering he grew up poor. Like, who is he to come and act to you and Helen like he hasn't had to eat pig's meats before?
I don't know.
That was the thing about it, where he was like looking down his nose like he's like lobster and crab for supper. Do you remember when you offered Strickland the food?
Are you confusing the Schmo with Helen Yee? She's the one who offers him all the food.
Yeah, but, it's a group effort, like it was a thing together.
It was a thing together.
What do you know about that Helen Yee? Are you...
know a thing or two about her. Just between us, I know a thing or two about her.
You do know her.
Yeah.
I had
pretty
a
well.
feeling. That's it.
Hey, but Chael, talk to the Schmo for a second. He's got the big belt buckle. He's got the glasses on.
This isn't just a belt buckle. I got this in a movie. I was in a movie with my son. It's a wrestling movie. It's coming out. It's called Westbrook, A Wrestler's Story, and this was part of the costume for it. And when we were done, the director said you can take it. Now, I only tell you that because my father was a cowboy, a real cowboy. And if you wore a belt buckle that you did not win, you were a weird guy. So I was given this.
All right, we're going to do some rapid fire with you, Chael P Sonnen. Who should Paddy the Baddy be fighting next?
Oh, dude, what is up? So I want to get my hands on Paddy the Baddy. I got a little thing going with Iowa right now. The Iowa Hawkeyes wrestling team, Tom and Terry Brands. I want to take Paddy out there to Iowa to train with these guys, and then I also want to make a television show about it that I'm going to make a bunch of money with. But you might remember when...
You're going to put the Schmo on that cast, by the way? Are we going to be on that crew?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I would love that. You might just remember... But Lopez had just done this with Oklahoma State. I thought that was compelling. Matt Brown, back in his day when he made his big turn and wins 8 fights in a row, started training with the Ohio State room. Frankie Edgar, when he needed his comeback, went and spent some time at Rutgers. I really think Paddy the Baddy in the room with Tom and Terry Brands is a great idea, fascinating idea for all of us. But when you ask me who so I spent a lot of time thinking about Paddy lately because I'm trying to put this thing together. Paddy the Baddy likely is going to fight with Justin Gaethje.
Yes. Gaethje.
Yeah, but you want to know who doesn't want that fight is Gaethje.
Or Arman Sarukian?
Well, that's the thing. So Arman just called him out. I mean, it's not
but
like
Gaethje doesn't want the fight?
Okay. It's complicated. Gaethje will fight all of the guys. I didn't mean in that regard. Gaethje believes with the mandate of the masses that he just has, not to mention the risk that he took over Fitzayev, and that is true. When you take a risk like you're a big star and you take on a guy that dangerous that's lesser known, you get a reward for it. And even though Gaethje's 1-1 in his last 2, I'll just remind you, out of his last 3, 2 of them were title fights, BMF belt back into the BMF, back into this hard fight with Fitzayev. He believes he's the #1 contender. That's what I'm trying to get out. Gaethje believes I don't have to do anything. I can sit here and wait. Now, that might be a little presumptuous, but that's where Gaethje's mindset is right now. So I don't think that Gaethje's going to jump on a fight with Paddy the Baddy or anyone else right now. I think Gaethje at some point in his career has the right to tell the decision makers, we're going to do it my way. He's never pulled that card yet. I mean, I got to give Islam Makhachev that same defense. Islam wants to go up to 170. Islam has never asked us, the community, for anything except for a chance to go to 170. Like, I feel like as a community, we have to get behind him when it's the only thing he's ever asked for. Justin Gaethje is in a very similar spot if he actually makes that actual request.
How is the relationship right now with Islam Makhachev?
Good.
You guys are feuding back and forth. You guys are good now, right?
Okay. Yes, we're good. There was actually, based on a misunderstanding, there was a quote that came out from somebody pretty big. I think it was called MMA Uncensored, but they misquoted me. And I was talking of a situation that was cowardice, and it got reported as that I said that about Islam, and those are like really offensive words to a Dagestani apparently, so he defended himself. And, we had to play whack-a-mole, but he's back in his cage. He's doing great.
Implications of Sugar Sean O'Malley, Merab Dvalishvili 2 coming up next UFC pay-per-view.
Sean O'Malley wins this fight, or quite possibly never fights at 135 again. The only path for Sean O'Malley forward, just so he doesn't get in that terrible spot, I'll use Rich Franklin. I say it as respectful, but Rich was so good, but then he had an Anderson problem. Rich could beat everybody up badly, except for Anderson. And, Max ended up there with Volkanovski. Like, sometimes this happens, and this will be Sean's last shot at Merab. They're not going to go to a part 3. And if he can't get around Merab, he's going to have to go up to 145, and that's a big prediction. Sean O'Malley is our sport's biggest star. When the biggest star is having to start worrying about job security, you have something interesting.
Speaking of something interesting, what's going to be the big reveal with you and DC? Obviously, you guys are retired. You're not going to dance again, but did he get under your nerves? Would Chael P Sonnen have to throw hands with DC if the name was called?
You know what? I liked him going into this, but liking somebody and respecting are very, very different words, and you can't just force yourself to respect something. Something has to happen. Well, something did happen, and no, my appreciation for Daniel actually went up over this process. I will still whip his ass. I mean, these are totally separate situations, but I was so impressed with his work ethic. I was so impressed with his attitude. To work that hard, to be sleeping 3 and 4 hours a night, but to still be positive and still bring people up that are around you is special. Daniel's special. That's a big compliment.
There it is. Belal Muhammad, the former welterweight champ.
Oh, come on.
What do you think's next for him?
Are you guys nice to him over here? Why does the whole world treat him like crap? What did Belal ever do to anybody? Half of the UFC, it's divided into first floor, second floor. The guys on the second floor don't like him. The guys on the first floor do like him. I don't understand this. All Belal has ever done is fight the hardest guys, ask for opportunities, keep his mouth shut when it doesn't go his way. He walks out there in an undercard against Sean Brady, who, by the way, nobody else has ever, prior or since, even come close to beating. They don't ever give him his credit. Now, you got to understand, the best thing that he's done, which is 3 days ago, which is about 2 weeks after his fight, he called for his next fight, which, by the way, had he won, is what he would have done about 3 days ago. So you get these guys, and the world's a big place. You get these guys that get stuck in the cracks, Schmo. They can't get out of it. They're depressed. They drop the game-winning pass back in high school, and they're still drunks to this day. He did the exact same thing in a loss that he would have done with the win, all the way to the opponent. If he would have won that fight, he would have called for the fight with Shavkat Rakhmonov. He lost the fight. He's calling for a fight with Shavkat Rakhmonov. Belal is doing everything. There's a time in life where if you ever want to become a gentleman, you have to learn how to lose. You have to learn that if things don't go your way, you get back on that horse. And that's a great example that Belal set for everybody, and it's yet another thing that he won't get credit for, but he deserves it.
What's the go-to move when you walk into a mall? Which store are you going to first because you're always finely dressed?
Wow, thank you for saying that. Miss Brittany would probably lead that. If we're in Vegas, then they have some of the finer stores, though. I really like the Tom Ford store. It can be expensive. Man, they will charge you $800 for a pair of jeans, which is just offensive. I had no idea.
That's chump change for you these days.
I didn't even know you could pay $800 for jeans, but they'll charge you $1,600 for a pair of shoes. So I end up usually leaving with a cologne that's $200 or $300. But God, I get a lot of compliments. You always smell good, but I want to smell good too.
You smell great.
That's Tom Ford. I put my Tom Ford on today.
Final message for all the Chael P Sonnen fans out there worldwide.
All right, is it a secret between you and Helen? Was I not supposed to bring that up? I got a little bit of a vibe earlier when I mentioned that you gave the pig's feet to Sean. It turned out it was Helen. You said you did that in defense of her. Oh, I get it now. All right, never mind. Carry on.
It's her shtick.
Sure. No, and she does it very well. You're right. We don't want to take credit for Miss Helen.
Of course, we can't at all, but we got a final message?
Do all swimmers, is that why she looks, is that because of the swimming? Because I would start
sprinters
to look like it. Really?
Sprinters.
It's the rapid rise in heart rate. I believe that. CrossFit is starting to build quite a reputation for having people that look good, where you look at them and go, you must do something. You find out they do CrossFit. I used to be part of that group. It was steroids. Hey, you look good. Yeah, I do steroids. It's a thing, but now it takes more, Schmo. Now it takes more. Now you got to have the supplementation and the effort.
And the peptides?
Yeah, I don't know a lot about those. I'm reading about those right now. I'm not a believer in them yet. They got this BP 157 supposed to cure cancer. I don't know about that. I'm not yet sold on peptides.
There it is. He's the pro. I'm the Schmo here at Red Rock. We're out.